All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's guided meditation and yoga session. My name is Ryan Smith. I'm the Wellness Program Administrator with Employee Development and Wellness Services. I am joined today by Janet Weiss, our instructor, who will be leading us through the meditation and yoga exercises. Just a couple ground rules and housekeeping information. We are going to be recording this session so that we'll share it with you later today. So if you would like to view it again or share it with a colleague, you'll have that option. We'll send that out in an email. The schedule for today is meditation from 12 to approximately 12:30. We'll take a short 5 to 10 minute break, and then we'll return from yoga, which will run from approximately 12:40 until 1:30 p.m. You are welcome to stay for both sessions or hop in and out as you need to. And without further ado, I will go ahead and turn things over to Janet.
Good day, greetings everyone. Welcome to guided meditation. Find yourself a comfortable posture. You can lie down supine or you can sit, whichever maximizes your comfort. And let's begin our meditation today with what's called pratyahara. And it is a mudra and very simple. And then we'll relax our hands and go to the guided meditation portion. So bringing your index fingers, touching your eyelids, bringing your middle finger, touching your nostrils, bringing your ring and pinky fingers, closing your mouth. So you see that we are closing the senses, closing the gates of the senses, turning your focus inward to your inner world and your inner body. And then bring your two thumbs to your two ear openings. And tuning into the silence within. Embody the silence within. And then drop your hands and bring your hands over your heart center, at the center of your chest. Leaving your eyelids closed or a downward gaze. And take these few moments to invite your heart to breathe. Inviting any barriers or constrictions, restrictions, armor around your heart to dissolve upward. Or it may be more natural to you to dissolve any constrictions or restrictions around your heart, dropping them downward. Befriending stillness, opening your heart, embodying silence. And then relax your palms. You can relax your palms on your knees or maybe somewhere on your upper legs, or you can relax them on the arms of the chair or the surface where your doing this meditation. So taking these moments to breathe yourself back into your own heart and breathe yourself back into your own body. We get pulled outward in so many ways. So as you breathe and as you lightly focus your attention on your breathing, begin coalescing your energy, coalescing any fragmented energy. So with each breath you take, you're feeling more and more whole and complete and unified. Tuning into your oneness. And bringing all of your noticing now to your breathing. The unique rhythm and sway of your breathing. Shining the light of your awareness on your breathing. And as you do that, shining the light of your awareness on your breathing will naturally deepen and widen. And feel more and more natural and organic. Simply letting your body breathe. And noticing that you're actually being breathed by a vast, loving, supportive presence. So, if you're willing, let this vast, loving, supportive presence breathe you. Your breathing knows exactly what to do, just like your lungs and your heart know exactly what to do. Follow your breathing, trust your breathing, and let your breathing breathe. And noticing that your physical body, your respiration, actually has physical movement. And often we don't even notice this subtle movement of our respiration. But seeing now, if you can notice the more subtle realms of your breathing. So on your inhale, your shoulders lift and broaden. And on your exhale, your shoulders sink and narrow. And as you breathe, your shoulders are like the wings of a great bird. On your inhale, they broaden and expand, your shoulders, your wings. And on your exhale, your shoulders, your wings narrow and contract inward towards your trunk and torso. And so just like a great bird, you're riding the wind with your breathing. You're riding the winds of grace. And these winds of grace flow through you, move through you. So as you breathe, the winds of grace are diffusing through you, through your tissues and muscles, tendons and ligaments. The winds of grace are moving through your organs. And the winds of grace are moving through your bones. And allow these winds of grace that you're breathing to move through the vessels and ventricles and arteries of your heart. So as you breathe, you're opening in your own right time, opening the vessels of your life. And allowing the winds of grace to move through you, to dance and flow through you. Breathing to every cell of your body, every molecule, every corpuscle, the tiniest structures and vessels of your body. Breathing all the way down to your toes, down through your hips and legs and knees and ankles and feet, all the way down to your toes. The winds of grace are carrying all the way down through your legs and feet to your toes. And the winds of grace are flowing down through your shoulders, arms, elbows, wrists, hands, back of your hands, palms of your hands, and out through all of your fingers and both of your thumbs. And the winds of grace are flowing down your throat, down through your torso, the front and back of your torso, and the area betwixt and between the front and the back of your torso, and all the way down through your entire trunk, the front and the back of your trunk, the right and left sides of your trunk, and betwixt and between, so you can experience and feel the volume in your trunk, the spaciousness, the aliveness, the vibration, moving through your torso and trunk, moving through your shoulders, arms, hands, fingers, and thumbs, moving through both your hips, legs, knees, ankles, feet, and toes. And the winds of grace are also moving through the more subtle and nuanced realms of your being. Your energetic realm, your emotional, feeling realms, the realms of your mind, finding your thinking mind, which is generally a very active, busy place, inviting your thinking mind to float like clouds in the sky, the highest clouds in the Earth's atmosphere, the cirrus clouds, inviting your thinking mind to float. And if a thought registers, that's perfectly natural. Invite it to float. And if you get hijacked by a thought, which will happen, remind yourself to bring yourself back to your breathing, the winds of grace flowing through you, and bring yourself back to your meditation experience. So you're bringing yourself back again and again and again. This is the healing moment, bringing yourself back. So you're feeling your breathing moving through your nostrils. A little bit cooler on your inhale, a little bit warmer on your exhale. So you can actually feel your breathing, the oxygen, the wind, the air, enter through your nostrils and exit through your nostrils. So anytime you wander off with a thought, bring yourself back to your breathing, to the winds of grace diffusing through you, and to your meditation. That takes you deeper than your thinking mind, tuning into the awareness, the presence of this moment, the spaciousness of your inner world, your inner body, your internal experience. And then tuning in deeply to the inner joy at the center of your heart, the seed of bliss, seed of joy at the center of your heart. and invite and allow your breathing to grow this seed at the center of your heart. From a seed to a sprout, to perhaps a tuber, to a stem, to a bud, and to a flower in full bloom. Perhaps a rose, perhaps a lotus, perhaps a sunflower, and opening the flower in full bloom at your heart to the sun. Open the flower at the center of your heart in full bloom, opening to the sun. And on your inhale, radiating this light of the sun inward towards your heart, and on your exhale, radiating this light outward toward the sun. So there's a mutual reciprocity between the flower at the center of your heart and the sun. And it creates a oneness with the oneness. A completeness, a wholeness with the completeness and wholeness. So rest and breathe with this oneness. Your oneness with the oneness of the great web of life. Oneness with oneness. Rest and breathe. Breathe and breathe. Breathe and relax. 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 Take all the time you need to complete your experience. When your experience feels complete, and you'll know when that is, let your eyelids float open. You can keep a downward gaze if you prefer. And then listening to the calls of your body, you may want to stretch or yawn in some kind of way. You may want to rotate your joints, your wrists, your ankles, your neck. You may want to expand your chest, expand your back. Namaste.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining us for the guided meditation section. We'll be taking a 10-minute break and we'll return at 12:35 to proceed with the yoga portion of today's session. Again, we're going to take a 10-minute break and then we will resume for yoga at 12:35. Thank you. All right, welcome back, everyone. We will now proceed with yoga as led by Janet Weiss.
Welcome back to the postural portion of yoga. And we will begin with spinal flexion. So we've done this before, if you've tuned in before. Very simple. You C-curve your spine back, upper spine, middle spine, and then you draw your spine forward, like being pulled with a string. And then you C-curve your spine back and draw your spine forward. And coordinating your breathing with that, exhale as you C-curve back. Drop your chin to your chest. Spine draws forward and inhale. Spine C-curves back, exhale. Spine draws forward, inhale. And then neutralize your spine and place the palms of your hands on the ground. And then glide your hands outward to maybe a little bit beyond comfort, so you get a nice stretch. This is Yogi Mudrasana. Drop your head. And it's a wonderful pose for grounding. Feel your connection to dear Mother Earth. And also a wonderful pose for breathing through your back. So breathing through your back takes you deep into your physical body and deep into your biological nature. And then bring your forearms to your thigh bones and stay rounded over. This is Shy Yogi, and an excellent pose to journey to your heart. An excellent pose to journey to your heart. Drawing inward. And then bring your arms to your back and clasp your left wrist with your right hand. Continuing to stay rounded over. This is Yogic Seal. And hold a few moments here in Yogic Seal. With the intention of imprinting all the benefits of your yoga practice, sealing in all the benefits of your yoga practice. And then lift onto vertical and extend your arms back as much as you safely can for full chest expansion. So broaden, widen across your shoulders and your collarbones, your sternum, your breastbone lifts, your heart lifts. Lift the back of your heart, like you're lifting your heart to the blue open sky and breathing in the light and spaciousness of the blue open sky. To you, through you, for you. Then bring your hands to your shoulders and circle your elbows so you get a nice full range of motion at your shoulder sockets. So the range of motion is the aim. And then leave your arms down by your side body. Take your right hand to your left ear and gently bob your head so you feel an extension on your the left side of your neck. You can rest your left arm on your left leg. And then same thing other side, left hand to your right ear or towards your right ear. And just give it a little bob, a little pulse. So you feel an extension now on the right side of your neck. And then release your left hand to your left leg and toss your chin over your collarbones. Head toss gentle, always careful on your neck. And then when you're ready, you can go on to your full head rotation. Stay balanced over your neck and shoulders so you don't over-rotate. And then, of course, the other direction. And then leave your chin down on your chest. Feel the weight of your head. It's about 9-10 pounds. Instant stress relief. Drop the weight of your head. And then bring your hands to the back of your head. And again, curve your spine. And aim the crown of your head and your tailbone toward each other. So you're aiming your root chakra and your crown chakra toward each other. And then just the opposite of that, elbows pressed back, drop the weight of your head to your hands. Breastbone and heart lift forward and high. Opening the front of the arm sockets. Lots of breathing. More than you need, more than you're used to. And then come back to center. And extend your arms out lateral. And rotate your spine. And then come back to center, extend your arms up over your head, your palms face each other for seated upward hands. Shoulders drop, arms reach. And then bring your fingertips and thumbs together, palms not together. And then bring your thumbs to your third eye or meditating with empty hands. And then bring your hands to your shoulders and rest your right palm or your right forearm on the ground and your left arm reaches by your left ear or seated side lift. And let's do full moon mudra. Looking at the crease of your left elbow, or if that hurts your neck in any kind of way or strains your neck, look straight ahead, that's perfectly fine. Moonbeams showering over you, surrounding you, showering through. And let's do those two poses on the other side. Strong through your right arm by your right ear, resting either on your left palm or your left forearm. Seated side lift. Lots of breathing. Stay with your breathing. None of the poses should cut off your breathing. And then to full moon mudra. Chandra. Chandra mudra. And then come back to center. And then bring the soles of your feet together and hug your ankles towards you. And you can rock this. This is bound ankle pose. Eventually settling to center if you aren't already there. Tuning into your breathing, and your breathing moves the pose. The movement of your respiration moves the pose. And then lift an arc high and back gently. So you get an expansion on your front body. From your navel point to your heart center, to your throat center, to your brow center, your third eye. And then gently hinge forward, gently. And then come back to center. And then bring the legs and knees so they're more or less glued together. And you're going to lift back so you're slightly behind your tailbone. So you're balancing somewhere between your tailbone and your sacrum, or modified boat pose. If you need to, you can place your hands on the ground, of course. Modified boat pose, Shavasana. And then if you like, you can experiment and extend one leg, the other leg. You can extend both. You may fall back, but you won't fall far. And then come back to soles of your feet on the ground. And then extending your left leg out to the left, your right leg out to the right. Get your sits bones in a good place for your body structure. And then we're going to safely walk out to seated wide ankle. Baddha Konasana. So we're going to hold this pose maybe 2 minutes. Give the leg muscles, especially the muscles on the inseam of the leg, opportunity to loosen and lengthen and extend and breathe. And this is a forward fold. And all the forward folds are for breathing through your back. So breathe to your back. And the best way to tell if you're breathing through your back is your back will expand and inflate and broaden as you inhale. And then relief, relief, release on your exhale. A few more breath cycles. One cycle is inhale, exhale. And then walk yourself to vertical. And then we're going to comb through space, like wading through water, reaching your left hand to your right foot or ankle or shin, and then come back to center, your sternum, your breastbone, your heart, and then combing through space, reaching, aiming for your shin, your ankle, your left foot, or your left toes. And let's do a few repetitions of combing through space, like wading through water, but instead we're combing through the air and space. And breathing as you go. You can inhale center, exhale as you reach for your foot or ankle or shin. Inhale center. Exhale as you reach for your foot or ankle or shin. And then come back to center and bring your legs to parallel. Give them a little shake out. And let's log roll. So you're also massaging your hips and the back of your legs against the ground, the earth. And then come back to center and walk your hips back. So again, you're trying to find a comfortable place for your sits bones. And then over to seated forward fold. Some people like to reach. And then over. Just do the one that feels right for you. Over to seated forward fold. And this is a forward fold for back body breathing. So this is a stretch, a lengthening for your entire back body. So at your shins or even at your thigh bones, just try and leave your knees alone. And breathe through your back. Release the back of your neck. If you want to, you can do this pose dynamically, where you inhale, lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, exhale, fold. And then come back to center and bring your right foot, sole of your foot on the floor, flexing your right knee. And then hug your arms around your right leg and inch up your spine. So you have a nice extended alert spine. Inhale, lift through your spine. Inhale through the intervertebral spaces. Nourish the discs as you inhale. And then on your exhale, fold your forehead towards your right knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. And then come back to vertical and take the right foot and cross it over the left, somewhere along the left thigh, wherever it works best for your structure and your flexibility. Bring the right heel as close to the left hip socket as you safely can. And this is half lotus. So flex your left ankle and reach either for your left shin, ankle, toes, wherever it works for you. Under the edge of pain and slightly beyond comfort. And then come back to vertical. And then take the right leg and go ahead and cross it all the way over as much as you can. And if doable, place the sole of the right foot on the ground at the outseam of the left leg. And this is taking us to spinal twist. So you can do spinal twist with your left leg extended. This is about your spine, not your legs. So if doable, go ahead and bring the left heel towards your right hip. And then bring your right hand slightly behind your right hip so you can give yourself anchor and you can give yourself uplift. And then your left arm is by your left ear. And then cross the left arm over the right leg and spiral, look over your right shoulder. And breathe through the pose. Let your breathing yoke you to the pose. Let your breathing open you to the inner dimensions of the pose. What does this pose feel like for you from the inside out? And then return to center. And take the right leg and you're going to cradle it and give it a little rock. And then keep the right leg flexed and extend the left leg. Relax the right leg on the ground. The sole of your right foot is at the inseam of your left leg. And then rest over the left leg. Sorry. Extend the right leg, flex the left leg, and rest over the right leg. Don't want to do the left leg twice. Breathe through your back. And then come back to center and plant the left foot at the inseam of the right leg. Hug around the left leg, inch up through your spine. So your spine is exquisite, alert, alive, energized. Inhale. Exhale, round over your left knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round over your left knee. And then come back to vertical. Take your left foot and place it somewhere along your right thigh. Bring your left heel as close to your right hip socket as you safely can. And then flex the right ankle and reach either for the right shin or the ankle, the right ankle or the right toes, however it works best for you. Or you could place one left hand on your left knee, right hand on the ground. And then come back to vertical. And then go ahead and cross the left leg over. If doable, place the sole of the left foot on the ground at the outseam of the right leg. And now we'll go to spinal twist on the other side. So your left hand anchors you and uplifts you by your left hip. And then, if possible, this is about your spine, so you can leave the right leg straight. That's perfectly fine. If possible, go ahead and bring the left heel towards the right heel towards your left hip. And then right arm by your right ear. And then bring your right arm across your left leg, spiral, and look over your left shoulder. So you're lifting on your left side body. There's a very subtle, slight condensing on your right side. Shoulders are level to the ground. Chin is level to the ground. Lots of breathing. This is a wonderful pose for Sushumna breathing through your spine. Inhale, breathing to your crown, the top center of your head. Exhale down through your spine, breathing to your tailbone and sits bones, your butt bones. And then return to center, and then we'll cradle now the left leg and give it a little rock. And then flex both legs and glue the knees and legs together as much as you can. And we'll go to mermaid, moving post flow. So your palms are at your hips, slightly behind your hips. You have to find how it works best for your body. And roll your legs side to side as one unit. And then on your next one to the right, stay to the right, and roll over to your all fours. So your knees are beneath your hips, and your wrists are beneath your shoulders. And from here, we'll do cat tail, dog tail, or it's more classically called cat cow. So rounding your back and spine, suction in on your abs, head and tail curl toward each other. And then inverse that. Sink through your back and spine, head and tail lift, and inhale. Round your back and spine, dome your back and spine, suction in on your abs, crown chakra and root chakra curve toward each other. Exhale as long as you can. Dragon tail, exhale. And then sink. This is your arc. Inhale. Release your abs. Don't bloat them. Simply release them. And then dome your back and spine. Suction in on your abs. Dragon tail, exhale. And then come back to neutral spine and tail wag, just to give the lateral movement of the spine a little attention. Hips and head to the right, hips and head to the left. And then come back to center and extend your right leg back so your toes are touching the ground. And just simply give your leg and right foot a little bob. And then lifting the right leg so it's hip level and extending the left arm for Chakrakasana, sunbird pose. Balancing. And then come back to your all fours. Okay, same thing left. So extend your left leg back. Let toes to the ground. Give your left leg and foot a little bob, pulse. And then extend the left leg and extend the right arm. Lots of extension. It'll actually help you balance. And then come back to your all fours. And then aim your hips back towards your heels. Or if doable, go ahead and send your hips to your heels. Extend your arms forward, out away from you. Or bow pose. Namaha, I bow. And then come back to your all fours and take your right leg and extend it out to the right. And then aim your left hip toward your left heel. And you'll feel this put a stretch and extension on the inseam of the right leg. And then come back to balance with your two palms and your left knee. And then take the right leg and sweep it back behind your right leg. Look over your left shoulder and see your right foot. Or you may not see it, but experience it. And then come back to your all fours. And now taking your left leg out to the left side. Aim your right hip down to your right heel, so you're lowering toward the ground. If possible, you can lower one down to your forearms. So you feel an intensity and extension through the inseam of the left leg. And then stay balanced on both palms and your right knee. And the left leg is going to sweep back behind the right. And then look over your right shoulder and perhaps see your left foot. And then come back to your all fours. From here, dig both sets of toes, and we're going to lift to downward facing dog. So when you get your signal, extend both legs. Heels drive back toward the ground. They may not touch, that's perfectly fine. But drive them back toward the ground. Tailbone pointing toward the North Star. Deep crease at the hips. And then walk your arms, hands, legs, feet toward each other. And we'll go to waterfall pose. So latch onto your elbows. And your legs are strong and steady like the trunk of a tree. And your upper body is like water. So if you like, you can flow it, fluid like water, or stillness is perfectly fine. Decompression on your spine, heavy head, ease on the back of your neck. And then bring your hands to your waistband and then flatten your back. So your back is like a table. And then continue onward to high vertical. From here, we'll go to heart opening, Anahatasana. Anahata is the heart chakra. So lift high and back. You should most likely feel an extension, a stretch over your vertical abdominal muscles. So you feel a lengthening from your pubic bone to your navel point, to your sternum, to your throat center, to your brow point, your third eye. Lifting the back of your heart. Invite your heart to dance in the sky. Absorbing the light and spaciousness of the blue open sky. And then come back to center vertical. And relax your arms down by your sides. You may want to give them a little shake out. And we'll go to a swinging twist, sometimes called empty coat sleeves. Looking over your back shoulder, nice and loose. Over your back shoulder. One more each way. And then come back to center, and we'll do breath of joy. We did this one other session, so you may remember it from that session, or you may know it from elsewhere. Very simple. You do 3 inhales and 1 exhale. So you inhale your arms forward. You inhale your arms sideward. You inhale your arms skyward. And then on your exhale, slight bend in the knees, lift in the abs, and fold your upper body and drop your arms. This is your exhale. So let's try it. Inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale. One more. Inhale, 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 exhale. And then curl yourself to vertical. And then broaden out your base. So your legs are broader than your hips. And both sets of toes are aimed forward. And we're going to do extended forward fold. So arms extend out laterally. And then you half forward fold. So your back is like a table. And then move onward toward the ground. You may not touch the ground, but you can land on your shins or ankles or feet, wherever your pose takes you. If you need to, bend your knees. And then bring your balance to your right hand and bring your left hand to your low back. The back of your left hand to your low back. And then you can extend your left arm high and back. And then release the left arm. Now using your left hand to help balance you. Bringing the back of your right hand to your low back. And then extending, if you wish, the right arm high and back. And then lowering your right arm. And then lifting to tabletop. And lifting on to high vertical. Relax your arms down by your sides. And touch your legs and feet together. And we'll carry onward to temple pose. So bring both your arms up over your head. Your shoulders drop. Your abdominal muscles are lifted. And close your eyes for a few moments here and connect with your earth body vehicle, your vehicle for the journey. And aware of your legs and feet as your foundations, soles of your feet as your foundations. And the corners of your vehicle, your temple, this is temple pose, your two hips and your two shoulders. And the center of your temple is your spine. Your arms, your two arms are the spire. And your hands are the zenith. Let's add a few variations, starting with lifting and arcing high and back. Tuning into the length of the front of your body. And then come back to center, and then we'll do standing side lift to the right, tuning into the length of your left side body. And then riding over to the left and tuning into the length of your right side body. Breathe to that area, right side body. And then come back to high vertical, and then bring your left arm, your left elbow to the outside of your right leg. or somewhere thereabouts. And then look over your right shoulder. This does require balance. This is prayer twist. And then come back to your high vertical. And then prayer twist to the left, bringing your right arm to the outside of your left leg and looking over your left elbow. Sure you're breathing, focusing on your balance, and then return to high vertical, and then a graceful swan dive over both legs, or standing forward fold, Uttanasana. It's okay to bend your knees as needed. Drop the weight of your head so you have traction on the back of your neck. Decompression on your spine. And then bend your knees, hands to the ground to help stabilize you. Rest your chest on your thighs. And then lower yourself down one leg at a time. Let's try thread the needle. So you're going to take your right arm and thread it through your left arm, resting down on the right side of your head and your right shoulders. Right shoulder. Interesting asymmetrical pose. Be sure you're breathing. Come back to your all fours. And then same thing left. Left arm threads through your right, resting down on your right, the right side of you, the left side of your head. Let the pose breathe. And then come back to your all fours. Then from here, we're going to go to Golden Seed pose, classically called child's pose. So bring your arms by your legs, palms face the sky. If you can, sit your hips to your heels. If that's not possible, do a modification of that. Some sort. You may want to put a pillow or a blanket here for your hips. And take refuge here in child's pose. The earth holds you, releasing your weight as much as you safely can. And then come back to vertical. Sit yourself off to the side. Extend your legs out in front of you. And then we'll lower down to some supine poses, reclining poses. So use your abs. Relax your neck. Gauge your abs. And when you get to your full recline, your full supine. Bring your knees towards your ribs and hug both your legs too. And then arms out laterally. You can go palms. I like palms down, but if you prefer, you can go palms up. Which is supposed to be good for the computer age because it opens your inside of your shoulder. And roll your legs side to side. Find a pace and a rhythm that's just right for you. Your arms and your shoulder blades anchor you while your legs mobilize. You can inhale your legs to center. Exhale your legs down to the ground. Inhale, center. Exhale down to the ground. Let's do one more each way. And then come back to center. Elevate your legs for elevated legs pose. You can bring your arms now about 40 degrees away from your side bodies, right and left sides. And then you're going to flex at the ankles for lymph drainage. Trying to let the venous flow out of your feet, the lymph flow out of your feet. And then catch your heels, and we'll go to happy baby pose. So, inverted lunge. And then bring the soles of your feet together. Lower your legs to the ground, knees lateral. Give yourself a big hug across the shoulders, self-love hug. Rest here and breathe. Let all the postures, the postural poses you just completed diffuse through you gracefully. And the benefits of your yoga practice imprint on your consciousness. And then extend your legs out about hip width, whatever's comfortable. And we'll move on down to Shavasana. So your arms are down by your sides, palms are skyward. Your arms are about 40 degrees away from your side body, right, left sides. Your palms are receptive. Your palms soften. Your eyes soften. Sink back softly in your eye sockets. Your eyelids are resting over your eyes for closing Shavasana. Noticing any shifts. Is your breathing the same, or does it feel deeper, better, looser, or pervasive? The air against your skin, or sensitized to that? The weight of your bones, the gravity of your body. The weight of your shoulders, the weight of your rib cage, the weight of your legs. Tuning in deeply to your inner body, the beat of your heart, flow of your blood. Miracle of your digestion. Taking refuge here. Embodying silence. Befriending stillness. Cloaked in silence and stillness. And when you feel ready at your own pace, bring yourself to a sitting posture. Namaste.
All right. Thank you everyone for attending today's session. Again, I want to give a special shout out to Janet for helping us as always by leading us through the session. You're going to be receiving an email with a short survey in it that you can take to let us know what you thought of everything today. We'd really appreciate it if you could give us that feedback. And in that email, we'll include a link to a copy of today's recording. With that being said, I hope you all have a great rest of your day and a restful weekend. Thank you.